Real estate content is everywhere in 2025, but only a few channels have actually hit over 100,000 subscribers doing this, mine actually being one of them. So I'm going to talk to you guys about what actually mattered, a little bit of my journey, and what I would do in 2026. Let's get into it. So I'm sure you guys have scrolled Instagram these days or even been on YouTube and have seen every realtor, their cousin, their mother posting content these days. On Instagram specifically, it's those very fast-paced videos where you see the disappearing agent and then a really cool edit around the property, which, don't get me wrong, do get views, but sometimes you wonder, do they actually get leads? And a lot of them do. I know a lot of the videographers, the agents, and everyone involved in the process, myself. But I want to talk to you guys about my journey and what it takes to actually get a lot of subscribers on YouTube for a real estate channel. Because maybe you've posted a few videos on YouTube. Maybe you don't exactly know where to start, why you're not getting any traction. So let's just get into what my journey looked like. In 2019, I was a real estate agent. I was doing everything under the sun when it came to prospecting, 50,000 cold calls, 10,000 doors knocked, flyers, email newsletters, everything in between. And it was just, it felt like a chore. It was really just a hamster wheel that was spinning, and it was not enjoyable. I did have a good group that I was doing it with, but I knew if I wanted to differentiate myself and not just be looked at as this sleazy salesman, I had to do something that positioned myself to where I had the leverage and to where people came to me, and social media was the key to that. More specifically, YouTube. So I've been an avid YouTube viewer throughout my entire life. I mean, YouTube came around in 2005. I remember when my uncle first pointed out YouTube to me, he said, "Hey Darren, there's a really cool platform on the internet, or website on the there was no such thing as a platform back then, website where anyone can post a video." And I thought that was so fascinating. I don't know if you guys were watching YouTube back then, but there was the evolution of dance was one of the biggest videos, the first video to actually hit 1 million views, which was very cool. And so since then, 2006, 2007, I actually was posting my own videos, just me and my friends doing fun, silly things, going on adventures, doing trick shot videos, making spoof music videos, and everything in between. It wasn't until 2008, where I actually had a few thousand subscribers at the time doing these funny videos, YouTube implemented this copyright ruling to where any video that was using music that didn't have the free copyright and wasn't plagiarized at the time would completely get wiped out. And because I had a channel that was creating spoof music videos, they deleted every video, that entire channel, all the other channels I had, which were quite a few in 2008, which discouraged me. And then life got in the way, such as school. You know, it's like the saying, "Oh, why didn't I invest in Bitcoin instead of have fun as a middle school kid?" Well, we could have all been rich. But so then I was a YouTube viewer. I noticed the trends of everyone that was getting on YouTube, the people that were creating content consistently, but nobody really knew what these YouTubers were doing as far as making money and a career, having a career was concerned. They didn't understand that you could get massive, massive brand deals just from posting videos. YouTube was still just this platform that was a little bit more undiscovered. Sidetrack. I got onto TikTok. 2019, was posting on TikTok very consistently, and then grew that platform early 2020 to 100,000 followers on TikTok. Knew I had to get on YouTube. No agents were doing this, maybe a handful. And the handful that were doing it, we actually connected in Los Angeles. We would go to these open houses. We would film them. We'd post them on TikTok. We would then see that what each other was doing. We'd then caravan together. We'd carpool to these open houses. We'd film each other, making creative videos for TikTok, slowly growing our platforms just for views, not knowing what the next social media platform was going to be at the time. As far as YouTube was concerned, nobody was really putting themselves out there except a couple people, and they were really crushing it at this time. So I had a buddy who was a videographer into the space, and I was in real estate at the time, and we were just trying to figure out, let's make a video. Let's reach out to a few agents and see if one of them would be crazy enough to let two 20s something kids go into this house and film whatever. And so One agent trusted us with a $5-6 million home in Bel Air to have a field day. Go at it. We've never posted a video before, but I told him my idea. I told him the vision, and I did have a few followers at the time on TikTok, so that was also helpful. Along the way, we posted a 3-minute video. Looking back, please don't watch it. It's the most cringe video I've ever made, obviously. But I will not delete it. I'm going to continue to leave it up because that's what I encourage you guys to do within any platform, within any niche that you're in. When creating content, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, I encourage you to leave the video up that you have created and may think was very cringy, because the only thing that's going to come from that in the future is a better video. Every video you're going to make from then on is going to be better. That's going to be the cringiest video you ever make. Your first 50 videos, your first 100 videos are going to be cringy. Nobody likes to see themselves online. And let me tell you that I was the last person who you would have ever thought would be wanting to put themselves out there, put a video camera in my face, do any sort of public speaking. But I just knew with the goals, with the ambition, with the drive, that I had to not just be boxed into a certain category of salesman or live this lifestyle that was normal. You had to put yourself out there. Everyone I admired was because I watched them on this black screen, on this device that everyone is now addicted to, that I'm holding in my hand. But so I just did it. Every week got better, and this is for everyone and every style of content you want to create, whether it's any platform. Every week we posted 9 a.m. on Sunday, and then slowly over time, video 2, 3, 4, we were getting few hundred subscribers, then it got to thousands, and then month 2, 3, 4, that summer we really started seeing traction, to where after 6 months in, I wanted to go even bigger, and so we doubled our output here. We then went 2 videos a week, Sunday at 9 a.m., Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. I realized that YouTube does look at your channel like a TV series. They want you to post at the same time every week so the viewers know what they're looking forward to. It's like every Sunday night when you have your favorite show growing up, you're ready, you're sitting on your couch waiting for that show to come out, for that episode. Your channel needs to look like a series of episodes, and not that many people understand that or are doing that. But that was key for my initial growth in the very beginning. And now there are a lot of real estate gurus out there that talk to you about social media, but how many of them actually were in the space and doing it? I know a lot of people tell you to do certain things just because they read it in a book or ChatGPT told them that, but I experienced every possible scenario when it came to YouTube growth, plateau, failures, ups, downs, the highs, the lows, and then also in the real estate sales side, every up, down, high, low that you could imagine. And so figuring that out was years and years of a process. And luckily, I was early in the TikTok game. Another crazy thing when people think, oh, it's so saturated these days. Well, in 2020, when I got into YouTube, the first thought in my head, and because I was on YouTube in 2006, 7, 8, channels got shut down, I thought to myself, why would I post in 2020? YouTube is so saturated. There's no growth here anymore. That was my true thought. So when you're thinking that right now in 2025, 2026, and beyond, I can promise you that in 2030, you're going to be looking back and be like, why was I so dumb to not post in 2025, knowing that we were still so early in this space? YouTube is a monster. YouTube and Instagram will be here for a while. Nothing is going to even be close to competing with that. We really do have monopolies of companies right now forming, the big tech companies, and now with AI, but I digress. So the hardest part along your content journey, I think, especially when you find some success, is the part when you plateau or you run into a brick wall, because that does happen. It's not like any normal job. Anyone knows, as a business owner, you might be a business owner yourself and you're trying to learn about content or get into the game in one way, shape, or another. you're going to plateau. You're going to have a down month. You're going to have a high and then you're going to have a low the next month. You're going to have one of your best team members quit on you or backstab you. And you have to go through these life experiences in business to learn from it with your own personal experience. You can't figure that out just because someone told you that that may happen. So it won't be beneficial to you unless you actually feel it yourself. And you guys know what I'm talking about exactly if you've gone through any of this. But there was a time where the channel was plateauing twice a week, we were putting in so many hours and making all these videos, and then it just wasn't doing what it used to do, even though we were really trying to make each video better. Quality was getting better, but the engagement was dwindling. So you have to pivot here as an entrepreneur. So the pivot was I wanted to showcase a different style. This was potentially a mistake, but also I went through several different videographers, editors. That's why building a good team around you is of great importance as well. But so tried a different style, which was more vlog style videos, holding the camera, going into more lower end properties, which was good because I was doing this on a second channel at the time, neighborhood tours, drawing in attention to a hyper local niche, which was bringing in leads, generating sales on another channel, even with a few thousand subscribers. But I was trying to grow the main channel to 100,000 plus at the time. And so both channels were just functioning on their own. But why was this one channel kind of plateauing and then failing? It was getting no traction. I was filming those vlogs for 3 months, getting no attention whatsoever. And after that, I thought the channel was completely dead. I almost quit, which is very difficult to say, but honestly, I was never going to just fully throw that to the side because it takes a lot to build up a YouTube channel. I still can't believe I look at some channels, you see people that have built up millions of subscribers, they'll just completely throw that away without you'll look at their channels, you'll see they haven't posted a video in years, which is crazy because they have this opportunity and a large channel, a large platform to really take it to the next level. It's like anyone who would grow a big business, but you don't normally see someone that will grow a big business and then just stop. I guess we don't know the reasons behind the surface, but aside from that, it then took about 6 months of going back to the high-end luxury home tours, well-produced cinematic videos, finding a good team behind me, that YouTube picked my channel back up in the algorithm. They were like, okay, I see what he's doing now. He wants his channel to look like a TV show once again. So let's slowly start giving him the same views and throw it on the recommended pages of those same fans or followers that you used to have back before the vlog era, or those 3 months where I just kind of went in a different direction. And this is how they box your channel into a certain niche. This is where the RPM, the revenue per mil, comes from. So that's for another video as well, though. But when you're in the finance space, the real estate space, your CPM and the money that you'll make per 1,000 views is going to be significantly higher than a vlog channel, a music video channel, a beauty channel. It's going to be a lot less because the advertiser is a lot less of a quality brand, or the money's a lot less in that space. You know, a finance company is going to throw more money at a finance channel, obviously, because that's where the money's built up. But so a few things that mattered slowly as I figured out this journey. Now compared to 3 years ago, let's say, now I do realize, and this is after research every week, every month, every day, just about with my team around me, that the thumbnail and title should be almost 90% of your focus. The context and the content of the video is obviously important as well, but people don't spend enough time just crafting a perfect thumbnail and title. You should spend hours on this. I heard this from Mr. Beast, but they say, and Mr. Beast, if you haven't heard of him, well, that's incredible because he has the most subscribers on YouTube. And he said that 10%, and I go by this with all the business owners, entrepreneurs, and people that want to generate clients or business from content and viewership, 10% more of a tweak in your thumbnail and title will not just give you 10% more views or leads or clients. it can give you potentially 10,000% more leads, views, and clients. Think about that for a second. 10,000% more leads, views, and clients just from a small tweak in the thumbnail. Maybe you added one red arrow pointing to something, really having one thing stand out. Maybe the title draws in the curiosity and the thumbnail draws in the attention. Something that you can tweak there to really gain that extra push that YouTube wants you to have. And that's why you'll see when a video is posted from your favorite YouTuber, anyone you watch, they will change their thumbnail and title many times throughout the first hour of the video being posted. There's just a lot that can be done and adjusted. And even Mr. Beast, like he'll change it 5 times. Every time you click it within the first 5 minutes, might be a different thumbnail, which is cool because YouTube now has this ABC testing system to where you can throw in 3 different thumbnails, 3 different titles, and then it will send all 3 of those videos to a multitude of different people and will tell you which one is performing better. It's really interesting interesting system that they just started using, and I've been implementing that into most of our videos lately. But I think that's one of the more important things that you have to craft almost before you film most of the time. A better idea will help you out in the long run instead of just like checking a box and making sure you have video posted. So it's crazy. So I had at the time this channel up to almost 100,000 subscribers. Another channel living in Los Angeles, we were posting 3 videos a day on there, just getting out quantity, just volume. Other channel once a week. So that's 4 videos across those channels, had a podcast channel. And so 5-6 videos a week, long form on YouTube, which most people can't even post 1 a week. And you might say you don't have the time to post 1 a week, but these videos are evergreen. So YouTube doesn't take your time, it makes you time. These videos are getting views while you're sleeping. If you're a business owner and you want views, you want someone to get into you want a lead, basically. A view equals a lead, especially when you strategize the video and make a quality SEO optimized title to reach your ideal client, your ideal viewer. They could be watching while you're sleeping. You can't cold call while you're sleeping. Just all these systems we implemented and figured out really added up. But back to the channel, 100,000 subscribers. It took a lot. It took a lot to get there. And it's a lot about the little things within the video and not just making videos for a corporate platform, let's say. You have to speak in a way in your videos that actually makes it seem like you're talking to a friend behind the camera. Even in the niche of real estate, you actually gain fans and people that want to be your friend or now feel like they know you because they see you speaking long form every week, which is amazing. You know, you have little segments in there. I talk about how my favorite color is blue. I have a little saying that there's not a cloud in the sky because usually it's a beautiful sunny day here in Los Angeles. And so all these little things do add up, giving some call to actions, telling the viewer to like and subscribe because it means a lot and you really appreciate it, or telling them that you are a business owner, you are a real estate agent, that you are helping current buyers, active buyers, find their dream home. So having these call to actions really makes the viewer engage, stop, and the psychology in their brain really tells them this person is someone that I feel like I can trust now. And speaking on that trust aspect, they say that someone usually doesn't subscribe or follow you until they watch 7 videos of yours. So also, when you post, don't think your first 5 videos you're going to have 100 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers or even 50 views. You're not. It's going to take many months to see traction. At the very minimum, I tell people 3 months, 15 videos until you start to see the snowball and maybe gain your first few fans or people are finally starting to comment and seeing what you're all about, because that's when you've built this series and database of collective videos to where you are gaining that authentic personal brand. Instagram these days, it does not build an authentic personal brand. It honestly irritates me that what Instagram has become. Maybe it's just my algorithm because I'm into the business side of things and the content creation and real estate, to where all I see are people pitching me all day on content creation, real estate agents making the same video, and just all these media companies telling you that they know what's best for you. It's just so salesy now. They're running way too many ads on there. I don't know. YouTube, I don't even have my ads on, so I don't know what kind of ads are run on here. But that's the difference between my Instagram algorithm. Yours could be completely different. Maybe you're just seeing animal videos all day and you don't even know the things that I'm seeing on there. So, long form is where you build a brand, because YouTube, you have to click on the video to actually watch. That's why the thumbnail and title is so important. Instagram, you don't know, or TikTok, you don't know what you're running into. It's scroll first platform. The algorithm thinks they're feeding your mind, where on YouTube you're feeding your mind. You have absolute control over your consumption. On these other platforms, the algorithms are now crafted, and these content creators are now making videos to where they can understand your psychology, to where every single word is built for you to subconsciously trust them, which I like learning about human psychology and the attention of where we're at in society. So it's crazy to me that it's not crazy to me. It's obvious why it's happening, because it's not manipulative. It's just business. But so when it comes to YouTube, getting the 100,000 subscribers is definitely a dream of mine. Getting the plaque behind me was one of the greatest days. Just everyone wants to get that 100,000 subscriber plaque, and when it happened, it's like any accomplishment. You appreciate it for what it is in the beginning, and then you think, what's next? A million subscribers, 200,000 subscribers? It's a great feeling, no doubt. But what is the next step after that? But when it comes to real estate content, in 2026, posting videos like a series is going to be bigger than ever. Being authentic with less edits, because the last 3 years we've just seen so much fake news, so much AI is now coming into the space. AI slop is what they call it, where how do we trust anyone? I don't trust anyone on Instagram anymore. That's why I'm going to start slowly putting out these YouTube videos, because it's hard for me to look at my Instagram and know who to take valuable information from. Everyone on there can buy followers, buy comments that are commenting what they want you to comment. So then you feel like all those comments are trustworthy people as well. And because they have so many comments commenting that, I should comment as well and then buy their no. It's getting annoying, but YouTube organic long form is here to stay, and it will be bigger than you can imagine in the next 3 to 5 years. I promise you that. Figure out your niche and stay in one lane. That's what I did. I found the new construction niche between 1 to 5 to 3.5 in all these homes that were being built up in SoCal. Those videos were blowing up, getting tons of views, filtering out to my other channel. People liked the homes on one channel, liked the neighborhoods on this channel. It was drawing in leads. We were sending out referrals. We stayed in those lanes. I figured out YouTube, how to communicate with my audience. And over time, that snowballed with the series of posting every week to then get all of these connections with agents, developers. And now I have access to some of the best assets in the entire world out here, which is beautiful. And I'm very grateful for that. Story first. Media is going to be massive. It is massive right now if you can tell a decent story, but telling it in an authentic way to where people will know, like, and trust you before they without even looking at your channel. And that's why I'm not putting many edits in this, if any at all, because this is what people want to see now, 2025. I could probably have made this video using AI. But to get to 100,000 subscribers in 2026 as a real estate channel, you're going to need more than just a fancy house or random quick edits. You're going to need to be a person that actually offers true, authentic value. And the most unique thing you can implement into your video is being fully you and being transparent. So this is the first video of this series that I'm going to start posting. on this channel. Hit the like button and subscribe. It's been quite a ride, but this is also only the very beginning. If you're new here, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time.